Hello, officers. I'm Jilimish assistant, and I'm here to guide you through the subject of communication skills. Together, we'll explore key concepts, develop practical skills, and ensure you're well prepared to excel in this area. Let's make learning engaging and effective. This unit is intended to equip the clerical officer with knowledge, skills, and attitudes that will enable him or her communicate effectively in his work. General objectives. By the end of this course unit, the officer should be able to 1. Understand the art of communication and its role in relation to operation of a clerk in government. 2. Communicate effectively. 3. Prepare official correspondences and reports. 4. Comprehend and interpret information and instructions accurately. 3. Introduction to communication. Activity. Specific objectives. By the end of this topic, the officer should be able to A. Explain the meaning of communication. B. Explain the importance of communication. Objectives of communication. Meaning of communication. One of the basic steps in developing a basic understanding of communication is coming up with a definition of the word communication. Even though we communicate regularly, scholars are not agreed on their definitions of communication. A look at some of the definitions of communication offered by specialists will help us see what the general parameters might be. Communication is effective self-expression. Communication is the exchange of messages in writing, speaking, or images. Communication is sharing messages or providing entertainment through words or speech or other methods. Communication is the transfer of information from one person to another. Communication is the exchange of meanings between individuals using a common symbol system. Communication is the process where one person transmits a message through a channel to another person with some effect. Communication is transmitting information with the intention of influencing an audience. Gamble and Gamble, 1993, define communication as a desirable or accidental transfer of meaning. Wilbur Schramm defines communication as a mechanism through which human relations exist and develop, or sharing of experience on the basis of commonness. Communication can also be defined variously as the process by which human beings transmit and receive information. The transmission of information, ideas, attitudes, or emotions from one person or group to another primarily through symbols, Theodosan and Theodosan. In the most general sense, we have communication whenever one system or source influences another, the destination, by manipulation of alternative symbols which are transmitted over the channel connecting them, Osgood et al. Each of these definitions has elements of truth and utility, but none of them is complete. Still, they provide a good map of communication's basic components and allow us to build a working definition. Communication comes from a Latin word communicare, which means to make common. It is a process in which information is enclosed in a package and channeled and imparted by a sender to a receiver via some medium. The receiver then decodes the message and gives the sender a feedback. All forms of communication require a sender, a message, and an intended recipient. Communication is said to be an effective process when a message is received and understood by the receiver in the manner that the sender intended it to be. Comprehensively, communication can be seen as that process which involves transmission of information from one point to another for the purpose of eliciting actions in order to accomplish a specific goal. The information is enclosed in a package and channeled and imparted by a sender to a receiver via some medium. The receiver then decodes the message and gives the sender a feedback. In an organizational setting, communication may be viewed as that process by which information is passed between individuals, groups, or departments, and even externally to customers, clients, suppliers, and any other stakeholders by means of previously agreed symbols for purposes of eliciting appropriate action which would help accomplish various goals.